This is the best video you will ever come across today. Let's watch.
How would you prove that you are sane to somebody who already believes that you are mentally unstable? Would you stay calm? Would you get angry about it? Think about it. Almost anything you do could make you look even more mentally unstable. In 1973, a psychologist carried out an experiment that put that idea to the test. David Rosenhan wanted to know whether psychiatrists could really tell the difference between somebody who was mentally ill and somebody who wasn't. So he recruited 8 healthy volunteers. Then he sent all 8 to different psychiatric hospitals with one simple instruction. Tell them that you are hearing voices, and those voices are only saying 3 words: empty, hollow, thud. Apart from that, they were told to answer every other question honestly. Give them your real name, tell them your real job, your real life story, Every single one of those volunteers were admitted. 7 were diagnosed with schizophrenia. The 8th was diagnosed with manic depressive psychosis, a diagnosis that we now know as bipolar disorder. None of them was actually mentally ill, remember. But once they were inside, they were told to stop pretending. They told the doctors that the voices had disappeared. From that point on, they were just living their normal lives, behaving exactly as they normally would. So they expected to be discharged, right? But they were not discharged. Time passed. Even though they behaved normally, the hospital staff continued to see them as mentally ill. Almost everything that they did was interpreted through this diagnosis. One volunteer simply took notes about what was happening around him. He just liked to write. His note-taking was recorded as writing behavior. Even acting quiet was seen as a symptom. Once they were labeled as mentally ill, ordinary behavior no longer looked ordinary. Eventually, they were discharged. The shortest stay was 7 days. The longest stay was 52 days. On average, they stayed 19 days inside psychiatric hospitals. None of them was discharged as healthy. Instead, their records described their mental illness as in remission, meaning that the hospitals believed that they still had the illness, but it currently wasn't showing any symptoms. And here's what's interesting, right? The doctors and nurses never suspected that these people were not mentally ill. It was some of the other mentally ill patients who became suspicious. A few said things like, "You're not crazy." Some started thinking, "Are you a journalist? Are you doing some research on us or something?" The experiment was eventually published. It made headlines around the world. Many people started asking the same question: had psychiatric hospitals really failed to recognize 8 healthy people? How? They can't differentiate between a mentally ill person and a normal person. One hospital believed that it wouldn't make the same mistake. They told Rosenhan to send them people, test us. So Rosenhan told them, okay, he will, but he told them, I won't tell you when I send the people. The staff examined every new patient they got carefully. Out of 193 admissions, they identified 41 people that they believed were pretending. But guess what? Rosenhan had not sent a single one. Everybody that they had picked out had legitimate mental health concerns. For me, this proves that once we put a label on someone, it's very difficult to see anything else. Everything that they do points to what we've already labeled them as. Be careful what label you're allowed to be attached to you. It's very difficult to get rid of.